Hey collective, welcome to angel number 315. Welcome and welcome back. We live in the chariot, period. I wanted to send a warning out to some kind of collective out here. All right, it's giving a little bit of karmic collective, but a karmic collective that's on their way to a higher vibration. So this is a collective of people who are trying to transition. All right, and it's a warning because we are in this post shadow phase of the 8/8 portal and still Leo season. However, there are some things that still have to be eclipsed out. You don't want to get caught left behind. All right, so it's best to just get it together. All right, so just take these messages as they resonate, leave behind what don't. But I'm feeling like a real heavy energy of death, the death energy, and it could be a trigger warning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that might resonate with, whether it's literal, figuratively. Look at these cards trying to pop out of my hand. All right, but I'm seeing that there is a main male here in the energy. I could be talking to a main male that's in more of a distorted energy right now. Something about poverty here. The number 10 could be significant. Bad health is here. I don't know if that's from being in a family room, but whatever is going on with this family room, sudden wealth is being talked about and is actually not coming to a family room per the court's request with this adjudication card here. So that is the verdict. All right, court came out in reverse, and so that's meaning that it's not going in somebody's favor. So somebody is in jail and somebody is expecting somebody to be in jail at this time. I don't know if that's a projection onto somebody. Maybe somebody's waiting around to see what the results of the court case is when it comes to this gift that somebody worked really hard for. But we got message of concern in reverse here with journey in reverse. So what I'm getting is that somebody hasn't received this message yet, but they will. Maybe this is your notification, your nudge. Maybe you're going to receive this information soon, as I'm showing that somebody is getting divination done to see what the outcome of something is. Somebody here, wherever you are, you definitely like to act like you don't be all into that stuff, but you do though. All right, you could possibly be somebody who resonate more with religion and things like that, which there ain't nothing wrong with that, whatever suits you. Let's see, I want to get some overall energy out here, but I have pulled a couple of these demonology cards, and the main reason I did this is because I wanted to see who actually was utilizing these entities. And to me, what I'm picking up is it's a main male, it's a masculine energy. All right, this is somebody who could be a king of cups or could be a king of wands, meaning you could be a water sign or you can be a fire sign, or either one of those could be in your chart. But it's also a queen of swords here as well. So what this entity is being used for is to manipulate and create situations. So like this 10 of cups card, this is somebody who, or this is an entity, a demon that creates the love between man and woman, creates thunder and great storms, give answers on divine secrets. My thing is, why would you need to use an entity to create the whole relationship between a man and a woman? If that's supposed to be something that it comes naturally, right? If you're in the upright and if you're resonating in more higher vibrational energy, there's no need to use these entities. Understand? And I don't even think people really know that they're calling on these demons or these entities and things like that. That's why you have to be careful with who you decide to plug into, who you connect with. Some people might look at some spiritual people as weird for staying away from people, not allowing people to be in their energy, and using sage to smudge the energies and all of the things. Let me tell you something. The weirdest shit happened to me today. I'm not gonna say kinda, but it did. I'm sitting at a local store enjoying my matcha green tea, and some lady, she looks over at me and she's just like with her phone. What is you doing? She doing all this kind of shit and stuff like that, and looked at me and smiled a little bit like she was trying to play something off, but her phone was angled towards me. I have my phone in my hand, but I'm charging my phones up, so I can't really go too far with them. And I'm holding my phone up at an angle where I can see it visually. I can see my phone. I don't know what this lady's issue was, y'all, but it really pissed me off. But whatever she was doing, she must have definitely picked up on my energy. Now, I don't know what kind of energy she felt, but she definitely knew that she was in the presence of something that was very strong and powerful. I feel like what she picked up on was maybe like a mirror, because I tend to do that. I don't even know sometimes that I'm exuding a certain kind of energy. Like I said I think I said in a reading yesterday, I didn't post it. No, it was the other day. I did post that one. But women get intimidated when they're with their boyfriends and they see me type energy. But what I'm saying is, I was a mirror to this lady's demons. So whatever her body language was coming off as, that's what my body language come off as. And Pisces, we do that. We're like mirrors to people. We don't even know that that's something that we're doing, but we do that. And so naturally, when you walk into a space, you look around and you get a feel for the energy, and you say hi to the people who pick up on your energy, catch your eye, look at you, and the things like that. This woman, she was on her computer, so she wasn't really paying attention to me when I first walked in, but that's a lack on your part. You're supposed to make sure you check shit out. Anyways, I knew something was wrong with the bitch, because she was sitting there on her computer like this and shit like that. Girl, if you don't take your... All right. Anywho, she kind of quickly pissed me off. I picked up my book real quick, and I quickly start cleansing my energy. Girl, you ain't even about to have me flustered out here. I don't know you, and child, I could say a whole lot. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But anywho, back on track. But the energy has been it's been kind of weird. I don't know. And I forgot where I was even going with that, but I don't know. Y'all, let's see. Why would they park like that? All up in here. Next time I'm gonna start putting the cars on the window like this. Anywho, here we got another one, right? Look like a little peacock / donkey. Teaches geometry and measurements, increases one intelligence, transforms a person into a bird. We got all these animal-like kind of shapeshifters out here. It's really sad that somebody would want to be something else. Just like I feel like even with deities, you have to be careful with those, because you could be calling on a deity that whoever you're trying to attack supports them. So let's see. We have this other one here. And this is, what is this, a unicorn with a guy who looked like a lion or something like that on there. It says brings good familiars. Somebody is definitely trying to use familiars. All right. Some of these things be actually pissing me off, honestly, because what these people is doing when they call upon these entities is they to get into your energy so they can figure out how they can swindle you, hoodwink you, bamboozle you. All right. And they do that by trying to connect with your ancestors, trying to connect with your spirit teams, or trying to disarm your spirit team and things like that. But it says makes men fly into passionate rage. Destroys the happiness of married couples. Wastes the beauty of virgins. Reveals the future. All right, you see what that look like. But anywho, I'm not moving. So we just gonna get a couple of these what's the tea cards just to get a feel for what is the energy. But I'm so into you, don't know what I'm gonna do. So we have bad reputation out here. Kind of curious to know what exactly that means. But we do have somebody who's into you. Maybe this person you have good chemistry with. There's some legal issues involved in a situation, and somebody has love on the brain. So we just gonna get into it and see what's going on with this situation. Let's see what bad reputation, what is that? So what I'm seeing is that it's a risk that somebody needs to take out here, right? But the issue is that somebody keeps going through this repetitive cycle over and over again, and doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, but keep doing the same thing and getting the same kind of results. Somebody keep putting work into different situations, confirmation into different situations, and it's causing a person's energy and auric field to literally, like chakras and everything, to be blown out, everything to be off. So energetic wise, it's coming across as out of whack with this temperance that's in reverse here. I'm seeing somebody here that is single, and I'm seeing that whoever this person is, this definitely is possibly a masculine energy, but a woman can resonate with it too. But this is somebody who's like, let's say you have one night stands with people, or you get into real quick situations with people. Y'all are really attracted to each other, y'all really like each other, and then next thing you start to get bored, and then you just move on, or communication fall off. You stop doing the things that you used to do, and as a result, you're like happy with the outcome of that situation or those situations. But at the same time, it's like you're not happy because there's still something inside of you. We did see that King of Cups though. Still something inside of you. Matter of fact, King of Cups is in reverse here. All right. And that King of Cups that we got from that demonology deck, that's the reason why it's in reverse. It's coming out here. Definitely entity being used in this situation. So I'm really feeling and picking up that this is a masculine's energy who's doing this. You keep analyzing and keep rehashing and hashing what happened in the past, but then you keep doing the same thing over and over again, repetitive. This is what this bad reputation is talking about, or it is talking about. Right behind that, we got into you. So this could be a masculine really feeling a particular person. But there's a deeper message here as well, because this is a warning message for somebody. This is a warning message because somebody often gets in situations where they hold back. They don't make decisions on love when it comes to love, but not just any situation. I could be talking to somebody too who you just have these quick situations. I don't know if you're the type of person who you just leave them after that, or if you're somebody who you go back. Y'all kind of keep double backing like that. But here with this Fool in reverse, you're not taking any risks, not taking any leaps of faith into this love situation. You're not really pouring into it that much. So it's a situation that you got into that you didn't really understand what you were getting into, but you went towards this situation really fast. And Spirit is now saying with this Devil in reverse, there's a need to get rid of that toxic energy, whatever toxic energy that may be. All right, we got this Knight of Cups here with the Knight of Pentacles. Spirit is saying, all right, it's enough of going towards people with this real fast and sharp and quick kind of energy, right? You give them some sort of love offer, but then you put up your defenses. It's enough of that shit. Spirit is not playing with whoever you are, not at all. But I really want to get more into this energy though. It's like I'm seeing that you were actually with the person you were supposed to be with that Wheel of Fortune that's in the up right there. And then we got that Page of Wands that's in reverse. That's like you pumping the brakes real fast, but then it's like you going towards something that you really shouldn't even be going towards. And I guess I'm just curious to know as to what was that all about. So let's look into that really quick, because it's a reason why bad reputation is out here. I just really still haven't quite figured that part out. That's that death energy right there. So I guess whoever you are, you probably possibly feel like you started something, you got into something that you didn't really know what it was, and now you feel like you have to finish it, right? There's a difference between, I'm not even gonna get into all of that, but it's a difference between a contract and a covenant. The reason why I mentioned that is because it seems like somebody here is more religious than anything. So just want to enlighten you, because apparently whoever you are, you didn't even realize that you were using demonic entities or demonic forces to call on these things, whatever they are, to help you achieve things and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like these entities, or there's certain, I don't know, they try to make people feel like that people that hold these covenants and these divine contracts, they make other people feel like they had to do something ridiculous or just heinous or something like that in order to achieve things. There's a difference between achieving things in the 3D versus the 5D. You could actually look like you don't have anything in the 3D, and you could be rich and very wealthy in the 5D. Confirmation. What people don't understand is that everything you do in the spirit, it has to manifest in the physical. So when there's people that listen to entities and they claim that it's their ancestors, or it could be their ancestors. It's just the ones that's of the lower them, the ones who was nuck if you buck. They was getting wild. They was out here doing that, really about that life. And we ain't talking about these little demonic demons that are here today. We talk about the ones back in the day that was really getting shit done and handled. So some people have those people on their altar, and they don't even actually realize, even by having those people on whatever kind of altar that may be, you're calling up on that spirit, that entity, that demon to do whatever kind of workings that they specialize in to do. So, and you never know what kind of entities and what deities they work with either. So that's just that. What I'm seeing also is somebody who needs to put more energy into focusing on meditating more. When you meditate, you're actually in a state mentally where you're balancing things out. So you're balancing all types of things out that are mentally weighing you down and physically weighing you down as well. It's kind of giving a juggling effect almost. But for example, just to make it make sense, if you start meditating and you find yourself thinking about some other stuff, your mindset, you get carried away in a thought, and then you start doing something else. See what I'm saying? It's all kind of distractions here. What's important is that you bring it back, so you always remain focused and intact. All right, this is somebody who needs to, this is that death energy I was talking about. That's somebody that actually needs to rest, meditate, be in a meditative state even while you're carrying the load. That's a lot of wands. That's 10 wands. All right, you always gonna be tested in the spirit. It's always gonna be some kind of opposing force. The sky gray, it looked like it's about to rain. Anyways, whatever this negative energy was, you were supposed to actually defend and protect yourself, or defend and protect your other person as well. And how you do that is you always focus and remain focused. You're meditating at all times. So even when you out in public, you still focused, you still meditating. Can't nobody knock you off your square. The whole point and the purpose of that is, if you haven't really figured that out right now, is because these opposing forces, they send people in towards you. It don't give a damn who it is. It could be a random ass stranger at the goddamn store. It could be the dream woman that you could ever imagine yourself being with. You finally come across that motherfucker and they just, oh my gosh, could it be? It's gonna be a test in that, right? But what was the goal? What was you focused on? Because I can guarantee you this is a test for you. You know, you were supposed to stay on task, right? And what I'm seeing here is that a person has defended themselves against an opportunity that was meant for them. It's crazy to know that people out here are calling themselves religious, calling themselves spiritual, calling on God, calling on Jesus, calling on Allah, all right? And then when they're sent that messenger, they reject it. Now, you thrown off track, you can't think straight, you was feeling real good, and that's the test. God want to know, if I give you what you asking for, are you going to ask for more? Is that enough? Are you focused on me, or are you focused on yourself? Because I can guarantee you, a lot of people done fumbled that bag. And it's a lot of people out here, they live in their lives as a result of that fumble. And a lot of those people, believe it or not, is living regular ass lives. Them lives that y'all feel like y'all need to settle in because that was the belief that was passed down to you. But no, spirituality was always around, even before religion. Confirmation, all right? I just want to know if the confirmations is going to show up in the reading or not, because it's kind of dinging on this phone. I don't know. Sometimes it be acting funny like that. But anywho, so with this bad reputation, I'm just really feeling like somebody has a bad reputation when it comes to getting with women and leaving them, or getting with men and leaving them and things like that. All right, so let's see what else. What is this? We got the Page of Cups that's in reverse. Ooh, you see that lightning? That flew out like crazy. Lightning. Something significant about that. And then we hear the thunder. So I feel like this reputation that's bad when it comes to somebody is the fact that something is incomplete here. Maybe somebody has a habit of, I don't know, this is also looking like somebody starts contracts with people's families and they don't end them well. I don't even know what that means, but it's kind of giving somebody gets cool with people's families and then they start doing some crazy shit within the family dynamic, crossing boundaries that you should never cross in a family dynamic. Or this is also giving like giving up on relationships, getting divorces a lot, breaking up a lot, just canceling events. Y'all be planning on dates with people and canceling them. What kind of shit is that? This cards is falling. And then juggling people. That's what it is. Juggling people, thinking that you a magician and shit like that. Confirmation. But then we got the Emperor with the 9 of Cups. That's in reverse. Spirit said that's the truth. Somebody that's unhappy for real, but they like the kind of domination, control, and power they can have over another individual, and so that's what the life that they settle for. I'm over it. Listen, it's a lot of healing work that needs to be done, and you just need to know that, because what I'm picking up on is somebody who really be like, they'd complete one thing and think that that's it, they done, and that's just entirely not true. It's a whole lot of shit that needs to be done, but the best thing you could do is just focus on the here and now and take it one step at a time. It ain't no need to rush, because what is you rushing for? So what I'm seeing with this Page of Cups that's in reverse here, because I was asking, what is this energy? This bad reputation. This is assuming that you know everything, but so you ignore the advice that people give you. I don't know if you watch messages and you just think, all right, whatever, they ain't really talking about shit. Listen, please don't listen like that with me in mind, because I speak facts around this bitch, and people will judge you because they like, well, you don't got that many likes. Yeah, but I got some views and I'm just starting out, so that's good. But anywho, I'm seeing here the Fool is in reverse, the Hanging Man is in reverse as well. All of these cards are in reverse here. And so I'm also seeing, I'm seeing that somebody collaborated with a Queen of Swords, and we got the Death card in reverse here. So somebody collaborated with something. First of all, you took a risk when you decided to jump into whatever this is with this person. First and foremost, very careless, very reckless kind of energy there. So with that Hangman in reverse card, this is a time for you to have been real still, because you were stuck in a certain position, but you were still able to see. But then you ended up moving too fast, took that leap towards whoever this Queen of Swords was. You thought this person was telling the truth. I don't know if you know this person or if this is one of the entities, because this person is distorted. They're in reverse. And it's here with the Death card that's in the reverse. So it's making me think, because the Queen of Swords, this is somebody who speaks out. This is somebody who brings clarity. All right. This is somebody who's supposed to bring the truth. However, this person was telling you how to avoid death. This could be somebody who was telling the truth and telling you how to avoid death, but you just didn't listen, because I was also picking that up too with that Hangman that's in reverse, or that Page of Cups reverse with that Fool. See, this is what happens when people go playing around in entities and stuff. You already have people who are attacking you, and then here you go bringing some more black dark magic into the mix, and it's just a lot of shit. So now by that point, the signals is getting crossed, energy is getting mixed up. Now it look like you work with these motherfuckers, and you probably never intended for it to even be like that. But however, welcome to the spiritual world. All right, now you know how shit works. But this person told you that you could do XYZ, you could do this, that, and the other, and nothing would happen to you, meaning that this is how you avoid death. They was wrong. All right, you could have also worked with this person and you decided, man, let me go ahead and reassess my dealings with this person, and you find out that you was very much so imbalanced. You found yourself losing more shit than what you was even meaning to lose. You got less than what you walked into that bitch with. You know what I'm saying? But who is this Queen of Swords that's in reverse here? 5 of Cups here. We got the Lovers dropping them. Hold on. 5 of Pentacles is in reverse. So what this is telling me is that I'm not going to totally dismiss and say the Queen of Swords is not a real energy, because it definitely is, especially if it already came out in the cards. It was already projected. There was enough information out there that made a person, which could be you, believe that somebody was lying about something. So that would be the Queen of Swords that's in the reverse. However, when you took that leap of faith and then you start reassessing things, you quickly, or maybe not quickly, but you found out that you was really in regret about some shit. You was in regret about a love situation that you decided to ignore, especially with that Five of Pentacles being out there. Maybe you thought you was improving your situation or whatever. You thought you was picking something better, because that's what the Five of Pentacles in reverse talks about. But with that Knight of Pentacles, that's somebody who's thrown in the towel. Like you putting your guard up, you kind of resting because you're tired of fighting, right? One more card. But we got the Five of Wands that's in reverse here. That's somebody who's always constantly in some sort of conflict and constantly in battle. You're tired, you're ready to throw in the towel, and so you want to resolve this conflict, but it's like you can't. You still in battle mode. That's like signing up for the military, and while you in war, you want to decide to go AWOL. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you got to finish the job. So that's what that was from the beginning. You feel like you got this job to finish, and I don't know, I would just take it as a learning experience. Confirmation. You can always learn something. You can get something out of everything, and that's on everything. So dang, we already 40 some minutes in, and I only got through the first card. Sheesh, we talked about a lot. So you feel like you really had good chemistry and good vibes with whoever this was. So who is this person that you had good chemistry and good vibes with? See, this energy is coming out. It's spewing out now. This is Justice, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords in the reverse. Then we got Three of Swords. This is giving the energy of somebody who's feeling bad now because of whatever this Three of Swords kind of energy is. When it comes to 10 Pentacles, somebody know that they chose down. The 10 Pentacles really was with an Empress, for real. But couldn't nobody tell you that, though. You feel me? So now here, it's like you trying to avoid this Tower. And so you could just be in rest mode. Whatever this death energy is, because that's what I'm getting from that Four of Swords. But all of the cards ain't coming out. It's just giving me that. So it's kind of taking a trip down memory lane. Like, damn, now I'm just sitting in this energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just remembering how I ignored so-and-so, such and such, him, her. And I got my guard up, and I was in this energy of juggling back and forth and robbing Peter to pay Paul type energy. Maybe that could have been a situation going on, that somebody was robbing somebody to give it to somebody else. Whether that was actual money or that was just information. Because it's like, y'all have to realize how this energy shit works. That's why you have to be careful with who you mess with, whose energy you decide to get in, and what you decide to do after that with the energy. So when you decide and you come across a real chosen one, somebody who's a real high priestess, real Hierophant kind of energy, it don't matter how you feel about that person, what makes them them. They've already been crowned by the Most High, and that's the best way I can put it. So you have to be careful whose energy you get into, because a person, period, who has pure, very high vibrational kind of energy, they pick up on a lot. It's people out here dipping and dabbling into the energy because they mess around with different people and they're able to pick up different people's energies. That's why they say when you mess with one person, that's messing with 10 people, because of that soul tie. It's because of all those different energies of people who that person messed with, and that person's person that they messed with, and that person's person that they messed with. You mess with one person, and guess what? They messing with somebody, one person, but that person is messing with 20. So just imagine the energy exchange. It's crazy. That's why you have to be careful. But when you get into a real divine feminine or divine masculine energy who preserves their energy, and they tell you they're celibate and choosing to go there, you might want to walk on eggshells. But since you didn't know that, you know it now. It's like, now you know better. Now you have to do better. Because once you was blind, but now you see. When you know better, you do better, right? You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. When you know better, you was already shown. Confirmation. Just getting all kind of confirmations. So that was pretty quick. Now we got legal issues. Y'all, listen. I don't know if y'all feel like legal issues is something that's normal, but I'm here to tell you, legal issues is not something that's normal. It's people actually walking this earth that ain't never been arrested, never went to jail, all right, never smoked no cigarettes, just pure. And here y'all is thinking that it's normal for a bitch to be having a mild in her mouth. Go to the store, voice all raspy and shit like that, about to lose their fucking throat chakra and shit. Come on, they do exist. But now that you know, it's like, do you like that person? Do you like that type of person? Because you was the type of nigga who you thought these bitches and that these hoes, and now you the bitch and you the hoe. Real talk. Don't shoot the messenger, please. All right. But you feel where I'm coming from, though. I'm not saying that literally that's what you is, but you might be. Legal issues, don't come for me, because you might get some more legal issues trying to do that. So you might have been in this childish kind of energy. I'm not gonna hold you. Or you could just be feeling real paranoid about whatever kind of situation this is, because you took some sort of leap of faith. It's just giving the energy of somebody who's just kind of worried about what's going to happen. All you can do is just go through it. You're going to be in this energy of, you're going to be so worried, and then all of a sudden you just going to start seeing shit clearly. With that bird there, you could possibly be receiving a message that came out earlier. So that's a double confirmation. So right here, it says love on the brain. We gonna see who got this love on the brain. Is it you? What? Queen of Cups. Who told that card to come out? The Devil in reverse here. Let's see. Two of Wands is in the reverse. Seven of Swords. And 10 of Pentacles. Confirmation. Yeah, somebody is under judgment. Or this is an angel watching somebody just be in isolation right now. Not really dealing with the problem. I'm gonna need you to wake up. Wake up, because whoever this Queen of Cups is, they're trying to releasing negative energy, toxicity, right? And so all that love on the brain shit, it's like you can only do so much of that. Ain't nobody about to just be throwing magic on no chosen one, and not no love spells, not no nothing really, because they're able to see all of that. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and tell you, like I said, I see who did it. I see who did it with them demonology cards there. What kind of magic y'all was throwing and everything. It ain't telling me every single thing. I'll have to look deeper into it. Just let me know in the comments, right? But this is just being indecisive, period. First of all, you definitely don't want to be in that energy of being indecisive, because that right there, boom, that's devil energy. So the Queen of Cups is releasing that, because why? Because it's easier for entities to attach themselves to you. And once you are in that devil energy where you're constantly having love on the brain and you're not making any moves, you're not acting on it, that's the perfect opportunity for an entity, a person, to send somebody towards you and distract you. And next thing you know, you ain't got love on the brain no more. You're distracted, right? So everything you thought you wanted, you're just like, oh, that was in my head. I already fed my demons, so we cool, right? Because now you ain't got that, you don't have that urge no more. But for some reason, you still got love on the brain. Confirmation. All right. I know I be hitting it. I be on point. You feel me? But this is the opportunity to be more strategic when it comes to 10 Pentacles. You're not going to get 10 Pentacles with a Dusty who got 100 niggas and bitches in her energy. Some of these bitches don't even care. I'm not sorry. Some of these bitches don't even be caring about who so-and-so is messing with. They just want to get it off. What? See, if you think about it, people feel like we should be living like how our forefathers and our ancestors used to live, meaning the man is the head of the household and the woman is at the house taking care of the kids and making sure all the house needs are tended to. But we're not working with the same types of divine people. We just gonna call it that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It is not divine. So this is why y'all don't be really in the mood for love like that, because y'all looking for quick, fast, easy, as fast as fast food. Somebody that got this. I ain't gonna say that. I am not gonna say that. Anywho, you can't look for quick, fast in everything, especially when it comes to making sure your future is secure. What is the future generation gonna have to look forward to? Meaning that your kids and your kids' kids. Do you care about who your kids mix and mingle with? Do you care that your kids see you with one person or many people? What do you care about? Because there's people out here that's really thinking that they're doing something because they not allowing people around their kids, but at the same time, your kids hearing all your conversation with your niggas or your bitches, and they know exactly what your thought process is and your mindset. All right? They seen the little bitches that you did bring around them or the niggas that you brought around them, and your kids know good energy from bad energy. But the point of the matter is that y'all not even really thinking that deep into it. Just keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. I can go deeper into it, but I'm not. I'm gonna just leave it there though. Hope that you got something from the message, and please do what God told you to do. And I'm going to continue to do what God told me to do. But until next time, peace.